going on, folks? And welcome back to the One Pride Podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions on this bad boy. Sorry for last week. Storms knocked my power out, unable to do OPP, and that sucked. I was really looking forward to it, had everything up. Literally 5 minutes before we went live, the gods said no and struck me down like lightning fall from heaven. But we're going to have a good one for you folks tonight. First, we got the man who is always negative, Mr. Antonio Hightower. What's going on, Antonio Hightower?
What's up, guys? I'm ready to be more negative than usual.
That is very hard to do because this guy is negative all the time. And we got Mark Oram from Oram's Forum. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Let's talk some Lions ball. Let's go.
Yeah, man, absolutely talk some Lions football. That's what it's all about. And, man, we got a lot of people in the building already. 26. Smash that like button. Let's get to 26 likes. We got Andrew Lunsford, Daryl Strickland, Sam's man, the Dern. Hey, we got Bryce S. in there. Andrew Lunsford. What's going on, Andrew Lunsford? Troxel Sports Streams, Sports Fury, Sports Talk, Sports Streams. Tim Monroe, Alan Dana, and guess what? If I didn't pick your name up, I'm sure. Oh, SportsCon 89, Nestor in the building, and when people start rolling in, we will do some shout-outs in there. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, fellas. How was your week? How was your week, Mark?
Yeah, it was great, man. Back to work Thursday. Talk some football. Yeah, man, I got an NFL draft coming up for my yearly party every year in my backyard, man, for a fantasy draft. So, yeah, man, it's good. I got some good things coming up, man.
That's very good because we got some good things coming up here on this One Pride podcast. We're going to talk about what we've seen so far, the Lions training camp, what we see Lions versus Bills, what we're going to see Lions versus Steelers, what we want to see at least, and kind of just do a grade. What's going to freaking happen? What is going to freaking happen? Antonio Hightower, what is one observation so far through training camp as well as preseason week 1 that you take note of that people should look and pay attention to?
The offensive struggles. Well, the offense is consistency, I should say most, is what I would point to. And training camp, one day the offense looks pretty all right, and then next day throwing 2 picks and everything is struggling. Now, in the preseason game, the thing I'd point to was the lack of a running game. And the lack of a running game isn't huge from the point of, here's what made it a bigger deal to me. Pretty much the entire Bills starting defensive line wasn't out there. Most of the time, I didn't even see a guy over 290 pounds. And I just kind of expected them to – I'm like, well, I know it's preseason, but with that defensive line that's out there, I kind of expect y'all to just destroy them, right? They told me it was a top 10 O-line, and I've been hearing so much about this running game, which I've always been not as high as everybody else. So I'm like, hey, listen, they got a bunch of backups in, and most of them aren't run guys. You should be destroying them. And in that game, they consistently wasn't really able to get the ball moving on the ground. So that's probably something I'd point to, which is that the O-line didn't look as good as people have been telling me they were supposed to.
Well, again, is preseason week 1. I'm sure everything will get a little better. Specifically, offensive line, it takes a little bit of time. I think the assumption is everything is going to start day 1, everyone's going to be elite, but that's just not how things work generally. What was an observation for you, Mark Oram, that you've took place through training camp right now as well as preseason?
Yeah, the training camp and preseason so far, the big thing that I'm kind of concerned about, or the thing that I've noticed, is the lack of depth. I don't know where our depth is going to come from if we got trouble going on in our defensive line. We kind of noticed that against the Buffalo Bills, where the Bills were just running all over us against our reserves. No Michael Brockers was out there. Penei sat. There's a lot of guys sitting and not playing. I understand that, but the lack of depth is concerning to me, especially on that D line. I like our D line in general as a whole, but the lack of depth scares me. We had guys out there like Bruce Hector who made a couple plays, but let's be honest, we don't really know where this guy's going to fit in the system. He has been playing really well, though. It's a guy that has been making plays every single day, I guess, in camp. So maybe he could be a guy. Nick Williams came back, then he got hurt today again. So the depth really concerns me on both sides of the ball. Even our offensive line, that Tone was talking about, we had some trouble with the starters there. It was noted. And then the reserves came in, and they kind of did the same thing. Tim Boyle got hit a lot. He almost got hurt there. Well, he did get banged up. Blau didn't have much time. They finally protected Goff on that second drive with the starters, but the lack of depth all over the whole team just kind of concerns me right now.
Yeah, that's always a concern. We talk about the depth of a football team, and specifically our Detroit Lions. You always want to have someone to be able to back up a starter if an injury goes down. One of the things that I've noticed right off rip, and I understand it's not a big deal in all honesty, because a lot of our starters in the interior defensive line was not playing. We're talking about Nick Williams, Levi Onwuzurike, we're talking about Michael Brockers, but the ability of the Bills to run up the middle on us had me a little bit, oh my God, because that's not what I want to see. That's something that we've seen in the last couple years, and you got to be able to stop that run. That had me a little bit, but then, again, it's backups going in there, so that was concerning to me from that aspect. But on the flip side, what was really nice to see was Amon-Ra St. Brown beast moding. This guy is really a fantastic rookie right now. I love his passion in this game. The dude is going at it, folks. He's not scared. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's got that edge that you look for in two players. What do you think about Amon-Ra St. Brown, Antonio Hightower?
Yeah, I really like him. I like what he's done. Really got questions about how good he's going to truly be. I want to really see him go against, a little bit better secondaries. The Bills kind of sat a lot of guys, and I don't know how. I bet the Steelers will probably sit a lot of guys. But I like what he's done. I like what he's done as a robber. I like what he's done just being feisty. I'm interested to see how he'll play this season, because we need anybody to step up as a wide receiver, not just as a number one, just somebody to be a number two, because we don't even have that right now.
Yeah, and you know what is interesting is I made a video about this number two position. I think the concept was that the idea is Brashad Perryman was going to be that number two, but what we've seen in practice, kind of a shocker. I don't think anybody really expected this, but Khalif Raymond, Mr. 5'0", 100 pounds right now, is getting a lot of reps at that number two spot, because out of all the receivers, there's just a handful like Amon-Ra who's catching the football, but he's one of them, Mark. Is that a little bit of a shocker for you when it comes to Khalif Raymond?
Yeah, that is a big shocker to me, because if you look at his track record and you see what he's done for other teams, he was just strictly one of those kind of gadget players. He could run really fast. Kind of reminded me of a Marvin Hall type player. Just runs in a straight line, catch a 30-yard pass, and then you don't really hear from him again. But he has stepped up as a Detroit Lion in camp, and we all kind of, I don't want to say predicted this, but we predicted the Brashad Perryman that eventually he would probably get hurt or he just wouldn't be the guy. And so far it's starting to look like that. And he's actually lost his spot. Khalif Raymond is there right now as the number two. He's WR2 right now next to Tyrell Williams, and he's making plays. Every day that I read about something from all these NFL beat writers, all the videos I see, Raymond's making plays out there. I want to be excited about it, but at the same time, this is a guy that's never done anything in the NFL, so it worries me a little bit. It does concern me a bit, because he is 5'0", and he's just a little guy. He's just a tiny guy. Doesn't mean he can't play football, but him being our number two, that's a little bit concerning. But good for him. If he can do it, I hope he runs with it.
Let me know in the comments section how much you're concerned about the wide receiver position. 10 being extremely concerned, 1 being not concerned at all. Let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this wide receiver spot. Kind of threw in the flux with the Khalif Raymond thing. I mean, my personal opinion if you can't catch the football, I don't care how big you are or anything like that. I don't want you in the lineup. You got to catch the football first. So I like the idea of Raymond in there. But, hey, what is your concern level? For me, I would say probably a 7, in my personal opinion, when it comes to the wide receiver position. And AJG says 7 as well. Troxel Sports Stream says 9.5. So he's extremely concerned. We got 8 from Big D73, 8 from Tim Monroe. So far, so high. Daryl says 4. He's not concerned too much about that wide receiver spot. We got 0 from TA Noble Sports. I think he means 10. KC Boy 2, not concerned at all. Mark Oram up there with an 8. Mike J, love the name, 6. So, okay, so we got a little bit of far ranges. Some people a little more concerned. Some people a little not concerning about that depth at the wide receiver and what's going to happen in this upcoming season. And may I add, it doesn't mean that this is going to be the 5 starting wide receivers. There's always could be an individual the Lions pick up. A team may cut. We're not to 53 yet, so kind of expect the unexpected. We got Ben says 1,000. This guy is really concerned about it. Chris says 7. Give me 9.6 catch. And Andrew's got 8. And talking about cuts, an unexpected cut. There was an unexpected cut that happened the other day. Kind of was a shocker to me. It really was. Antonio Hightower, what did you think about death taxes and cutting Don Muhlbach on his birthday?
Man, cutting Muhlbach. You cut him on his birthday. That hairline just made the Lions look horrible for a day. Like you cut him on his birthday. You couldn't just cut him like the next day. Actually, no, that kind of still looks bad. You cut him after his birthday. But man, that was so surprising. Because, first, how much better can you really get at long snapper? Like, really, I don't know the last time I see him mess up a snap. That's all he has to do is just not mess up a snap. I don't get it. I don't know why they got rid of him. I like to see him on the team every single year, see if he'd be the greatest Lion to ever touch the field. But, man, cutting him on his birthday, that was just like some bad timing.
You know, that's literally what you call cutthroat on this cut. I mean, it was unexpected. What was terrible is I made a video about half an hour into it. After being done, that's when he got cut, and I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, Don freaking Muhlbach. First, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was is this April Fool's, but it's not April. Because we literally seen that picture of the teammates putting the 40 in the rocking chair by him just a couple hours before. So that was a shocker. We got Rams House in the building. Make sure you subscribe to Rams House. Good YouTube channel there, trying to get that stuff up and get his thing going. Mark Oram, what did you think about the cut of Don freaking Muhlbach?
Hey, man, shout out to Don Muhlbach. 17 years in the league, 17 years on the same team, actually. That kind of staying power is unheard of. When I heard about it, I was like, okay, this is a little bit shocking. But then you look at it from a business point of view, and listen to like right now, Dan Campbell is completely beat up over this. He played with Muhlbach. He felt super bad about it. He tried to explain it, I think today or yesterday, that it was kind of out of his hands. He had no choice. He had to cut down to 85. There was some shuffling that had to go around with the roster. They didn't want to keep 2 long snappers. They like what they'd see in Scott Daly. He was broke up over it, and it's a little bit shocking. He's a legend. He's an icon. The Lions will take care of him. I'm sure they'll bring him in for like a halftime thing, and he'll wave to the crowd, and he'll do his thing, and they'll honor him. I know, but he was 40 years old, and it was time. I think it was just time. There was rumors that he wasn't very happy with his performance last year, and he might have been not doing as good this year in camp. And they got a decent one in Scott Daly. So, it sucks, but it is a business. And I'm not sure they're trying to be like, SOL, evil. It just happened on his birthday, and it does suck though.
Yeah, it was not good timing. But with that said, I wish him nothing but the best. The Muhlbach, dude's a legend, been on this team, basically feels like since the wheel was invented. So massive. Travis Doyley dropping a massive $25 super chat. Woo! Shout out to the Travis Doyley. The one good thing about being sick is I can watch you and say 10-7 for the Lions. Well, hopefully you're not too sick, too bad, man. We don't want to wish nothing bad upon you. Yeah, it's hard to, it sucks being sick. Ain't no one want to be sick. So, man, hopefully you get better. Hopefully it's not serious. And, man, 10-7 is still a rough record, if you ask me. That's a rough record. But I appreciate your super chat, man, and absolutely appreciate it. We got 78 in the building with 34 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up to at least 250, and we will get in there. Okay, I see people doing how many wins. Let's go ahead and adjust fire. I'm seeing the comment section. How many wins will the Lions have this year? Did it change after preseason week 1? How many wins do you got, Mark Orem?
I'm still sticking with my guns. I'm still saying 5-12. I think depth is going to come to haunt us horribly. And I don't want to say any worse right now, but I'm still going to stick with 5-12. Yeah, I'm not wavering right now. 5-12.
Randy, 5-12. Patty Grimes, 7-10. Bobo, 5-12. 3-14 by Tim Monroe. Harold, 4-13. Trav really is sick. I don't know what's going on with the Trav there. What's up, fellas? 5-12, 6-11. What do you got, Antonio Hightower? Has your win-loss changed?
I think I've been saying 3-14. If I haven't, then I'm throwing 3-14. Yeah, I'm pretty. I'm leaning towards 2-15, but I ain't there quite yet.
Yeah, that's a rough. That's rough there. 6-11, 5-12, 9-8, 7-9, 8-9, 9-8. Okay, hey, the Kool-Aid's still flowing by Brandon Kenny. He says 20-0 and a Super Bowl. God, wouldn't that be just the greatest thing? Wouldn't that be the best thing ever? Let's kind of adjust fire a little bit now and talk about what we want to see in this upcoming game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mark Orem, explain to the people, because this is something I know we were talking about, you were talking about in your stream, why the clock management did not matter versus the Bills, and just explain why, because people said, what is going on with this clock management?
Yeah, you know what? When it comes to preseason game, everybody, you have to think about what this coaching staff wants to accomplish. It's not just the Detroit Lions. It's put on the game tonight with the Patriots and the Eagles, and you'll see the same thing. They want to do things that they normally would never do in a regular season game. Like, you're not going to see Dan Campbell try to throw the ball to Javon McKinley or whoever when they're down by 2 points and they're driving with 2 minutes under to go, and then they're still throwing the ball. They're going to try to milk the clock out, and then they're going to kick the ball. But preseason, you don't do those type of things. You try to see. You put David Blau in a position of a little bit distress. He's in distress. It's 2 minutes. You have to score. They want to see what he's made out of. And the perfect time to do that is preseason. You do things that you normally would never do in a regular season. Throw the ball. You don't go for it, or you do go for it on 4th and 13 in your own end. You could do stuff like that if you want to. It's no time to panic. Preseason is for just evaluating talent
and situations. If you don't convert the 4th down and they're at the 10, that's fine for Dan Campbell. He wants to see what the defense then will respond. So that's how you got to look at it. Now, if this stuff happens in the regular season, there's a big issue. But don't worry about the preseason at all. And what I want to see with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Lions, I want to see the Detroit Lions run this freaking football. And I want to see it to be successful. With Jamaal Williams, it doesn't look like Swift's going to play, but I want to see Jamaal Williams in there if Jermar Jefferson is good. And, of course, the guy who came out of nowhere, Craig freaking Reynolds. I want to evaluate this running game because Craig Reynolds came out of nowhere. I want to see, can he replicate what he did versus the Bills? If he can, I mean, that's something we really got to pay attention and add this guy to the 53-man roster. Tony Hightower, what do you want to see versus the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I want to see the line play improve on both sides of the ball because that's the Lions' strong suit. Well, that's people telling me. For speaking, just first speaking on the offensive line, there wasn't really any holes in that Bills game. It was surprising considering the fact that their D line is light as a feather. We're supposed to be a top running game, right? But yeah, Vitae looked horrendous in that game. And that play with Sewell got beat. Sewell got beat. Oh, Vitae. I don't know if y'all seen what happened to Vitae on that play. He almost fell on the ground. So he got to be better. Sewell definitely got to be better, especially with his technique. I want to see. I don't know if T.J. Watt or any of their top guys like Melvin Ingram. I don't know if they're going to be playing, and if they do, I would be interested to see him versus them because he didn't look that great specifically in pass protection against the Bills. Clean up some of the penalties and stuff. On the defensive side, your run game's got to improve. I know we were missing some guys, but the only key run defender, well, we were missing Brockers. Brockers is a key run defender. It's so Penei, but I don't know. Penei's probably not going to start because you got McNeill starting. And Levi, I heard he's back, but I probably doubt he plays. I want to see the run, but yeah, I really want to see the run defense really improve because I've been hearing so much about McNeill all training camp, and I didn't really see him much in that game. I saw Kevin Strong more than I saw McNeill making plays in the run game, especially as a passer. Julian had a really good game as a pass rusher, but also he was going against Bobby Hart. And while I love Julian doing great, any Giants or Bengals fan will tell you that Bobby Hart is the worst right tackle to ever touch planet Earth. The man is horrendous. But
we got a super chat, $1.99 from Rad LSS. Thank you so much for your $1.99 super chat, Rad. Really appreciate it. He's got a YouTube channel where he's a part of, and he can go ahead and throw in that link for his YouTube channel to go ahead and subscribe to it. Yes, he's a Detroit Lions fan. Yes, it's good stuff. Yes, he's from the great state of Oregon, kind of where I came from. That is fantastic news. So thank you so much for that super chat and throwing it in there. And he wants to see Barnes play with the starters. I agree. I want to see Barnes play with the starters. Why do I want to see that? Well, he looked like he was probably the most effective linebacker when he was in there. He was staying with the guy with the football. Okay. Then he actually did not miss tackles. I think we've seen that before with Missiles, who's got that straight line speed, but misses that hit. And Derek Barnes was doing that. Yes, it was with the backups, but it was very good. Do you want to see that too, Mark Orm, when it comes to Derek Barnes?
Yes, absolutely. He's apparently healthy right now, and against the Bills, I think he totaled about 8 to 10 snaps. I think it was actually 8, and he made a couple plays. He had a great tackle on that tight end where he kind of got a little bit beat. He didn't read the play once, but you could see why they drafted him. With his closing speed was top notch right there, and then he stopped him for a short loss, and then later on he blitzed the quarterback to make him have an errant throw that went incomplete. So he's a guy that I want to see get a little bump up on the depth chart, play with some starters. He looked good out there for going against the guys he was going up against. So he's definitely a guy that I want to see, and I also want to see Levi playing. Levi is supposed to play on Saturday.
Yes,
he is supposed to play. He had a phenomenal day one. He came back from his little back injury there, and he's been having a really good camp early. So it's nice to see him back in the mix, and he's ready to go. So those are two guys that I definitely want to see make some plays on Saturday night.
Antonio Hightower, think about this. If Levi, because we've heard in camp that he looked really good so far. Now, it's only been, 1 or 2 days that he's been back from his back injury. But if he is what we think he could be, him and Alim McNeill, talk about a young duo for years to come. What would you think about that if he can live up to the potential and Alim McNeill can maintain his potential right now?
If they can do that, and it's probably going to take a little while. McNeill kind of has to develop as a pass rusher, and Levi just has to get used to playing, and he took a year off. And he looked kind of rusty at the Super Bowl. But if they can do that, you got a real dangerous duo. You would have a 3-tech in McNeill who can impact the game as a pass rusher and probably all using stuff as a run guy. He wasn't a big run guy. He wasn't a big guy against the run in college, but that's because Washington is the dumbest college on earth and kept playing the 285, 90-pound D tackle at nose tackle. So if he can impact the pass game, especially because he's super athletic, strong, and he could be a really good pass rusher for this defense line and the run stuff. And McNeill, if he can release his potential, especially as a pass rusher, because that's the real thing that separates a lot of the good nose tackles from the great ones is, the ability to affect the pass and the run, to be a 3-down type of guy like Kenny Clark, guys like that. If he can be a 3-down nose tackle who can impact the pass level, then you got a really dangerous defensive line that most teams don't even have talent on that level. You got two interior guys who can affect the run and the pass at a high level are hard to find. Especially a nose tackle, that's hard to find. Now, having two of those guys, that is almost impossible to find. So if they can do that, I don't know how sold I am on them doing that yet. But if they can do that, man, that really skyrockets the potential of this defensive line.
How do you win football games, folks? It's simple. Stop the run and be able to run. You win by the big uglies up front on the offense and defensive line. So if that can happen, it would be amazing. But what also is amazing is Jimbo G dropping a $10 super chat. It says, salute to MicroMike in the panel. I can't wait to see Reynolds, Barnes, Sewell, and how the team performs. I want to see Barnes with the starters as well. I want to see if Craig is the real deal. Jimbo, you are on fire with everything that you stated there. 100% agree with you. I want to see Barnes with the starters. I want to see Sewell progress. And I definitely want to see Craig Reynolds run that football. Was this an aberration? It could have been. But, man, dude comes out of nowhere. He's like, hey guys, my name's Craig Reynolds. Who are you? In the huddle. Just give me the ball. Scores a touchdown. And if you looked at his cuts, they were good cuts. It was not like it was the wide open hole or anything like that, Mark. We seen the cut. Stop, left, ran fast and beat the defense. So I'm 100% with you. That's what I want to see from Reynolds. Sewell, how do you think Sewell's going to perform, Mark Orem, preseason game 2? Because he struggled in the first series last week, but the second series settled in. What do you think Sewell is going to do versus the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, I just want to see who he goes up against, and, it's all about progression. I would like to see him go up against T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, if not the best. He's just an animal out there. I don't know how much he's going to play. I know Dan Campbell's already came out and said a lot of his vets aren't playing, but you will see Sewell out there. I just want to see progression. He came out in that Bills game. He came out hot. A lot of people don't talk about that first play where he absolutely whiffed on the linebacker. It looked like his shoes were on fire. He came out, he wanted to kill somebody, and the linebacker kind of sidestepped him, and then he had the bad pass pro against Russo, and then he settled down in that second drive. So I want to see him come into this Pittsburgh game, just be a little bit more calm, breathe, do some breathing exercises because he looked a bit nervous out there. And I just want to see progression. I just want to see him get better. And I think he's going to get better, but, this is I don't think he's no project or anything like that, but he's going to have his moments, and he's going to have bad moments and good moments. So I just want to see progression. That's all I want to see from Sewell, and I'm sure it's going to happen sooner than later.
He just talked about best moments and moments. Well, this is a hilarious moment so far. This is the funniest and probably the most agreeable comment I can have, as it's a super chat as well from Rad LSS. Thank you so much, man. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. He is a Lions YouTuber, but this comment is absolutely stunning here. He says, I want to wake up and see on Sunday the Bleacher Report notification come across the phone saying Tavai was cut. Yes, that would be glorious. That would be glorious. First off, Jahlani Tavai is now still, even losing weight, 17 pounds, he looked real slow, and it was terrible to see. You got to see this guy. He's got to elevate his game if he wants to be on this football team. What is the point if you can't stay with anyone? He's always off. There's people always open with Jahlani Tavai. I'm tired of seeing it. I'd rather see Pittman. I'd rather see Derek Barnes. I'd rather see anybody right now besides Jahlani Tavai getting smoked in the middle. Antonio Hightower, what would your thoughts be if you seen up saying that Jahlani Tavai was cut? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to be like, What would be your reaction?
I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd be happy. I definitely wouldn't be surprised though. I would not be surprised. If he gets cut, especially with the way Barnes has looked, not cutting Jamie Collins, you're not cutting Anzalone. Somebody got to go, and it's probably going to be Tavai. You know, if you're cutting down the roster, he's kind of dead weight at this point. I definitely wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I don't know. He don't really even serve a purpose on his team right now because he's not like he's a promising young linebacker or anything, or it's not like he's a veteran that helps with leadership roles. He does neither of those two. So I don't even really see the point of him on his roster anymore.
What would your reaction be, Mark? Tavai cut.
Hey man, it's about time. It's about time. Unless he comes out Saturday and he does something out of the ordinary, which I don't think he's going to do. Watching him on last Friday, well, I had to rewatch it on Saturday morning, but watching him play just reminded me of how bad he really is. I know it was just for like a series or two, but he just can't read an offense. He can't decipher a play. He doesn't know what's coming up. He's always 2-3 seconds late. He is the ultimate arm tackle guy. He gets in people's way. He actually got into a way where Austin Bryant had a beat on somebody, and he blocked Austin Bryant. He blocked him out of the way. He went right into his chest. It was just awful, man. He's going to be put on notice, and I think you're going to see Jahlani Tavai out there on Saturday night, I think, for at least 3 quarters, because they're going to have to get a good look at him, and he's playing right now for his life. I guarantee you he's playing for his life right now, and he has to make a play. He has to make a couple plays to just stay alive, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I just don't think he can cut it. This
will be my reaction if he's cut.
Ultra Combo!
Oh, and again and again and again. It would be amazing.
And again and again.
If he is cut. Please, please, please. 100%, man. Like, I've been down on this guy. I wanted him to succeed, but he's having a hard time doing so. Man, it's rough. Another super chat from Rad LSS. $1.90 says, Mike, holla at me. We got to collab again. Absolutely. We got to get you on here. Jump on OPP, have a great time, or go on there and jump on your channel. Just the other day, a couple days ago, I jumped on your channel with your 49ers guy and talked for about 5 minutes about Lions and San Francisco 49ers. So, hey, anytime, let me know. No doubt about it. We will get that done. So, will the Detroit Lions, now this is a question I've been doing on my videos every day, is will the Detroit Lions first string offense, that's even if Jared Goff plays, will they score a touchdown? What do you think, Antonio Hightower? Are we going to score a touchdown if Jared Goff is there? And if he's not, the second string guy, whoever's starting.
I can see it if Pittsburgh sits all their starting guys. I just don't see how the Lions really score a touchdown against this defense. I don't see, because this offense it's been really inconsistent, and it hasn't really been that great. I just don't see it. The Lions, I can see a field goal, maybe 2. Well, unless the Steelers sit their whole entire starting defense, even some of the backups too, then I don't see that happen. Now I can see a field goal, 15 sacks. You get a field goal, maybe 2. I can see that, but a touchdown, I can't see it.
Oh, man. Look, I think the Detroit Lions are going to score a touchdown, dang it. I do. I think they can. I think we came close last week on the second drive. We really did. But it was when Goff threw a pass in the end zone, it was really good coverage by the defender, in all honesty. I thought that was a pretty good thrown ball. It was just better coverage. Sometimes that happens. $5 super chat from Jimbo G says, Sewell will get better as time goes on. Didn't Tavai give up a touchdown? The Steelers game will be a big test for the Lions. Yeah, absolutely. And it's another good chance for this team to improve. Hey, you get a chance to not play against your own teammates, go and get another football team, and they did win a lot of games last year, even though they ended the season. I think it was 1-5 for the Steelers. But, hey, Roethlisberger is playing from what I'm hearing, and that's good. Their starting quarterback is, for sure. Appreciate you. Do you think Mark Orem, the Detroit Lions offense, whether it be the whoever's starting, we don't know for sure yet, will score a touchdown on the touchdown drive?
Yeah, it seems like right now, it sounds like Goff's not playing though. It sounds like Goff's not going to play. I really think they want to get a good look to get this number 2 down because Boyle and Blau have not been good at all. Blau was maybe a little bit better last week, but he was playing against some lesser talent out there than Boyle, I guess. I think they'll score a touchdown. I just want to see who's going to – I don't really know who's going to score. Hopefully it could be Craig Reynolds again, but hopefully they can score through the air. There's going to be no Hockenson. Don't know how much playing time. I don't know about Perryman. I don't really know who's going to score right now. I think they're going to be sitting a lot of guys. But I'm going to say they're going to score a touchdown at least. I think they kind of need that. They kind of got to get that monkey off their back, passing touchdown with the inconsistency that they've been having, especially that first game, and then through camp they haven't been very good through the air. It's been great one day, good another, great, good, bad. It's just very inconsistent. So throw a touchdown pass, get the monkey off your back, and let's roll it, man. And let's try to get that number 2 guy because I don't really know who's in the lead right now. It looks like it might be Blau, but I don't know because they just signed Jordan Tamu, whatever his name is. We'll see what he can do too. I'm pretty sure he's going to get some playing time.
When it comes to winning a football game in preseason, it means absolutely nothing unless you are betting. And, hey, it's always important to go ahead and consider betting. Why? If you can make some money, go ahead and do it. And, look, we partnered here with BetUs. You can go ahead and check it out. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Lions125, 125% deposit bonus when you sign up. That means you put in $100, you get $125 to spend. Now, you can't pull that money out because everyone then would do it. But right now, if you look at the spread of the Lions versus the Steelers, Detroit Lions are +6. So go ahead and bet on that. But if you're not afraid to, or if you are a little bit afraid to bet on that, go ahead and try the over and under, which is 38. Go ahead and spend some money. Try to make some money. It's better than go to a casino. When you do it, though, promo code Lions125 to get that love of the one pride going. Let these people know it can get it done. And there was a super chat from Jimbo G again. Shout out to you, Jimbo the G. Dan Campbell's being very vanilla in this first game and will continue it. Will somehow win the game, showing splash plays here and there. Well, thank you so much for that super chat. And there's another reason why this game's going to be vanilla. It doesn't happen a whole lot, folks, but we're playing a team that we're going to play in the regular season. And do you really think they're going to show them anything in this game? Absolutely not. So it's going to be vanilla, bland, vanilla, with more vanilla splashed with bland and bore on play calling. So if you say this play calling sucks, folks, that's the reason why. We play them in a real game in the regular season. Do you think that there's going to be any special plays in this game, Antonio Hightower, some jet sweeps, some big time, or do you think like me it's going to be vanilla and bland?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's probably going to be vanilla and bland, partially because it's preseason and partially because the offensive coordinator sucks. But yeah, I think the play call is going to be pretty vanilla, bland, especially with Goff not supposed to be playing right now. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty vanilla.
Man, you know what's vanilla is his take, man. Come on, man. Anthony Lynn, he not bad. Come on, man. Hasn't even played yet. We haven't really seen anything yet from this team, but we're going to open it up to questions now. It is time for the mailbag segment where you guys run the show. We get a chance to hear from what you guys got to do. A hashtag Lions, hashtag something. With the hashtag, that's how my eyes, I'm 36 years old, can see it on this screen. So you want a question answered, do a hashtag, and we will get at it for sure. We got a question here. Hashtag Lions, I don't want Swizzy and TJ to play this Saturday or next week. Well, you're going to get your wish because Swift ain't playing, and I don't think TJ's playing. Right, Mark?
Yeah, Swifty for sure is not playing.
Yep.
Swift is out, and Hawkinson's not playing either. They're both out, 100%.
Alan Dana with a hashtag. I'm going to throw this one to Antonio Hightower. What position does the Lions need to pick up?
Need to pick up. Okay, that's different. I guess I'll go with safety. Now, your other question was like the position the Lions need. I would have said quarterback, but you said pick up. I'm going to go with safety. You know, the safety's room is not very good at all. You know, take a chance on one of these safeties that's sitting out there in free agency. You know, they could also, some of them can even fill some space in even a linebacker room too, especially on some passing downs. But I definitely go with safety.
Hey, you can always, you're never too safe with more safeties, 100%. That's facts. 105 in the building. Let's get to 75 thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the more chances this stuff gets out there. And we're going against big media, and we're just literally 3 guys on here right now. What do you guys want to start at quarterback? Well, it looks like Jared Goff so far is probably not going to start. So I'm going to say David Blau. I feel like he's earned that second spot from last week. Want to see what he can bring against the second string and first string of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've seen Tim Boyle against a first string, so now let's see David Blau. Just because David Blau did good last week doesn't necessarily mean he's better. He was going against backups. So let's switch it up a little bit and see how he does against the Steelers. What about you, Mark Orem?
I'm going to ride on you there, bro. I'm going to say David Blau for sure. I think he kind of deserved it. You know, like we said, he went up against a few backups, so did Tim Boyle. But Boyle's banged up right now, too, as well. I don't even know if he's going to be playing. He's been very limited in training camp the last week after he got hurt. So definitely David Blau, and then we're going to see Jordan T out there, too, as well. And he supposedly has been looking good with his throws. He's got some athleticism to him.
Yep.
So, but let's give Blau the rock right away, and let's see what he can do.
If you don't know who our new quarterback is, his name is Jordan Tiamu. Okay, he played in the XFL. He is a dual-threat quarterback. He played on multiple teams. Matter of fact, he was on the Lions, I think, practice squad a couple years ago. So he's a guy that has the mobility. So if you're a person that wants that run and pass threat, he can bring that. And, hey, we signed him. Might as well see something here. Hashtag, I don't see any undrafted free agents making our team. Do you see him making the team? I do. I see Jerry Jacobs, I think, is going to make the team. The young cornerback, he has been turning heads, and I think that's one possible reason why Quint Dunbar was released. Obviously, it was personal issues, but I think we have pretty good depth there. And Tony Hightower, what is a undrafted rookie that potentially could make this football team?
We still have Drake Jackson, right?
Nope. He's gone.
Okay. I'm going to go with – I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say Javon McKinley. Right? Is his name McKinley? Yeah, McKinley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, McKinley. Yep.
I like it. We got a super chat from Troxel Sports Streams. Folks, at 7:30, he's going to be going live for the Eagles and Patriots game. Go check it out. I'm always in there. It's a fun time. What I do generally is I mute the TV and I listen to his game audio and him talking because it's funny. The guy is funny. He's called Troxburg. You kind of get the idea there. $4.99 Super Chase says, go get Jamie Newman or Khalil Tate. Shout out to Noble Sports. Noble Sports loves Jamie Newman and Khalil Tate. Now, they're dual threat quarterbacks, one in this last draft, and the other one was actually converted into a wide receiver who went to the Philadelphia Eagles. Would you like to see, Mark, them go for a quarterback such as Jamie Newman?
Yeah, Jamie Newman would be interesting. Yeah, I know he got picked up by the Eagles, and then he got released right away. Like picked up in April, then released in May. I don't know what was going on there. I know he's a free agent out there. I don't know too much about Khalil Tate, but I think we need to find a backup quarterback, and I think one of those guys. There's nothing wrong with kicking the tires on one of these guys is to see what we can do with them. Why not?
We got a good question from Big Wes. He says, has Antonio ever said anything positive about the Lions? That is a difficult one to answer.
I thought I had an answer. But I was like, nah, I haven't said anything positive in a while. Dang. And it's a hard question.
Oh, come on, man.
I like them re-signing Ragnow.
You can't please everybody, folks, and you can't.
Oh, wait, no.
I
like them taking Levi. Even though I didn't like them taking Sewell.
He is the guy that takes a leak in your Kool-Aid before you drink it. We have Tony Dickerson there. Says, do you feel Price is a sleeper player, Mark?
We're talking Bobby Price here. You know what? I don't know if he's a sleeper player, but you know what? This team and this regime, they love his athleticism, and they're trying to find a spot for him. They just moved him to corner. So now he went from safety to cornerback. He hasn't been doing very well at corner, though. He's been getting trounced in practice lately. So, but he is one of the top gunners on the special teams. So if this kid's going to make a splash on this team, he's going to make it through special teams and then maybe work his way on the field. But right now, he's really going to have to ball out on special teams.
Oh, 100%. This is a good question here. Hashtag Lions, would you guys want this season a 10-win or a top 5 draft pick? 10-win season, man. I'm not even going to – no one would expect it.
Yeah. I want 10 wins, yeah.
I'm tired of not winning, man. And if you have a chance to win, I'm in for it. Antonio Hightower, I already know where you're going here.
Not only give me a top 5 pick, give me the number 1 pick, right?
Well, if you're going to suck, I'd rather be the number 1 pick, but I don't want to. I'd rather 10 wins.
Okay, let me ask you this. If we get 10 wins, do you think that's sustainable over a few years?
With the amount of draft capital that we have, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but that draft capital gets reduced if we get 10 wins and the Rams are either going to make the playoffs or get close to it. Later half first round picks, top half first round picks. Give me top half first round picks because I could use them or trade them. Specifically in this draft. This draft has a lot of positions that we could potentially need. Has some corners, you got Stingley, you got Kyrie Elam from Florida. We kind of need a little bit of corners. There's the guy from Notre Dame, the safety, Kyle Hamilton. We need safeties. We need an edge rush. There's Thibodeau. There's Jackson out of USC. There's some few guys, right? If you really want to go all in on running the ball, there's a bunch of offensive linemen you can go after. There's Evan Neal from Alabama. There's Green from Texas A&M. So give me the number 1 pick. I'm not even going to use it. I'm going to trade back to some stupid team that trades up for it. I'm going to trade back and get me a bunch of picks.
Over and under on Reynolds rushing 50 yards. I say over. I had to give you that look, folks, because it is what it is. We already know it. We got a super chat here. I didn't even see it. $5 from Jimbo the G today. It says, do you think Tim Boyles will get cut if he beat out by the new quarterback? Who we get at kicker? We need one very bad. This is two great questions. Do you think Tim Boyle will get cut? It's possible, but still, you always chase the money, and they gave him a decent contract. But if he sucks, man, you got to play the best player regardless of contract. I always believe that, right? You always do that. So it's possible. It's possible there. Who do we get at kicker? Man, my personal opinion is hopefully our kicker's not on our team right now, Mark. What do you think about this one, man?
Yeah, you know what? They've been a little bit inconsistent through camp, too. The other day, Bullock and Gonzalez were hitting some 50-yarders, though. They had a little juice in their boots, man, and they were booting some balls. Both guys are Bullock is an 84% field goal kicker through his career. Gonzalez is like a 78%er through his whole career. The game, I think right now it's Bullock's to lose. At 83, 84%, it's not that bad. He's not the greatest from 50 yards out. He's no Matt Prater. He's no Hansen. He's none of that stuff. But we could do a lot worse than Randy Bullock, I tell you right now. So it's not that bad.
When we think of Gonzalez, he makes the kicks, but he doesn't make the clutch ones. That's the thing.
Right.
Like, I don't mind getting the kicks, but when the game is on the line, he fails. And that's where we always fail. When the game is on the line. I don't want that anymore, man. Those are the worst. I would rather lose by 20 than lose by a freaking field goal at 15 yards away. That's cutthroat stuff there. That was some fantastic question. Dan Campbell said today in the press conference that he and Brad Holmes look at players that are cut. They would look at players that are cut. What player would you like the Lions to get? I'm assuming if cut. Yeah, I have to see who's cut. I don't really know at this point. There's going to be surprise cuts out there in football teams. If there's, in all honesty, if there is a decent wide receiver that is cut, I'd look there. I think we need help there.
Yeah.
And safety, just like Antonio Hightower said earlier in the show, and linebacker. I think those are positions I'd kind of look at. If there's somebody cut, hey, can we upgrade one of these positions? Antonio, what do you think, man?
I would have to see who's going to get cut. But, I'd like to look at some wide receivers, safeties, right tackle, get Sewell on the bench. Maybe you take a chance with a few running backs, take a chance to one of these talented young quarterbacks because Blau ain't going to give you much in terms of upside, and neither is Boyle. So why not take a chance on one of these young quarterbacks? But also, guard, right tackle, but I'm not going to speak on that.
I got a reaction to the Sewell comment, folks. Come on, man. Golly. I tell you what, man, that Jim Jones Kool-Aid is not good, and it goes down very salty and sour. I'm not going to lie.
Tough goes down rough.
Tony says, is that right tackle looking like he's going to be more of an adequate changing positions? Can he be a Pro Bowler next year? Go Lions. Let's talk about this, Mark. A lot of people are sour on Penei Sewell for whatever reason, thinking he's a bust. I've seen a lot of this. Folks.
Okay, I'm going to say something. Right here.
Okay, go ahead.
If you want to hear a pretty decent analysis on our offensive line, especially Sewell, go follow a guy named Brian Baldinger on Twitter, @Baldy NFL. He goes out there and he explains that first series to a T, explaining, Sewell was a little bit out of place. Then he goes on, and there's video of it too. He has video of it, and he explains Sewell. He throws a little bit of Ragnow in there. He talks about a couple other guys, but he's talking a lot about Sewell, and he is out there saying that he performed much better the second time around. First time, like I said, he was going on. His hair was on fire. He was jumping out of his shoes. He was excited. He's a 20-year-old kid. That's what he is. He's a 20-year-old kid that has changed positions. He's not gonna. It's 2 series. It's 2 series, and he got better. But go follow Brian Baldinger on Twitter. He explains it. There's a nice video of it. He says his footwork, his positioning was a lot better that second time around, and he just explains it. I'm not an O-lineman guy. I know there's other guys that can talk better about the O-lineman, but I tell you right now, let's not freak out over Penei Sewell over 2 series. We can't do that yet. He's gonna adapt. He's gonna get better, and if he doesn't, we're not gonna know until the end of the year. We're not gonna know probably until 8 weeks in how good he really is. And then if he's giving up 2-3 sacks a game, then we can talk about how bad he is. But until then, let the kid grow. He's gonna grow. So come on, man. Let's take it easy on this kid.
What did anybody watch the Chicago game, this preseason game? Did anyone watch Justin Fields?
A little bit.
I did. I watched Justin Fields every snap that he took. What was the headlines about Justin Fields? Amazing. Could be Rookie of the Year. Just fantastic work. Did you not see the first couple series, the first half that he was in? He fumbled it. He looked really bad. He was out of place. He almost threw an interception, a bunch of 3-and-outs. That was his first time in an NFL game, in a preseason game. So, are you going to judge that, or are you going to judge how he adapted? You're going to judge how he got better. And rookies are going to make mistakes. Every rookie
all the time.
That's what happens. Rookies do that. But you see him get better. Amani Oruwariye, his rookie year looked like cheeks. Looked absolutely cheeks in the preseason. By the end of the year, he looked a lot better. Jeffrey Okudah, everybody said this guy's a bust. Now he's looking pretty good in training camp. Let's give some people some time, folks. We got to give more rookies than 2 series in the first preseason game since the guy hasn't even played last year due to the pandemic. Let's chill out and give people some time. We got to give them some time, man. We got to give people some time.
I'm going to start a hashtag Sewell is a bust eventually. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it one day.
That is the most that's ridiculous, man.
Why would you do that?
I'm going to make it.
Why
I'm going to make
would you
it
do that?
Sewell was overdrafted, not bust. I think those are 2 different things. Bust implies that I think he's going to be bad, which I don't. Now, Slater.
Overdrafted.
That man looking nice.
Oh,
looking
my
nice.
God.
You know, but
oh, my
somebody
God.
told me that he was going to be as good as Roddy Reef. I don't even know.
You can't make it up, folks. You can't make this
You
stuff
can't make
up.
that up. You can't.
You just can't make
It's
it up.
impossible.
Here's what happened, folks. Somebody wants someone they want in the draft. They want him so bad. And then the team takes somebody else, and they immediately hate that player because you didn't get the guy they wanted. Well, I predicted this player. Oh, you didn't get it? So that means it's the regime's fault, and the player they got is trash. He's trash because I wasn't right who I predicted they got. This happens a lot. A lot. Because you didn't get the guy you want. I wanted Justin Herbert really bad before Okudah.
I mean, the guy I really wanted was Pitts.
I wanted
I was off that.
Jeffrey Okudah. I wanted Justin Herbert, not Jeffrey Okudah. But I'm not tearing Jeffrey Okudah down. Why? Because that's who's on our team. I mean, that's not fair. It's not fair to judge somebody because who I want. That's who. You know, they didn't get who I want. They're a bust. They're trash. No matter what they do, they're trash because you didn't get who I want. So that's the way I see it. Hashtag Lions fans must be patient and be more positive to players and give them a chance, for goodness sake. These fans need Jesus. Just give people some time, folks. If 3 years comes by or 2.5 years come by and they still suck, okay, I'm ready to call them a bust. I am ready for it. Jahlani Tavai is in that realm right now, okay? He's in that realm right now. But if, we're not going to judge him on one snap or one series. We got to be patient, man. We got to be patient. If that was the case,
let me ask
Megatron would be a bust. Okay, if that was the case, Megatron would be a bust. Matthew Stafford would be a bust. Frank Ragnow would be a bust. Darius Slay would be a bust.
Yep.
Look, all these busts that we got, they didn't come out immediately and just kill it. All those busts. Right? Look at all those busts we got. Megatron's the biggest bust of them all, man. There you go. There you go.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Because I've been seeing this. What are your expectations for Sewell in the future? And how long do you think it'll take him to get there?
I expect him to get better every single game, to progress every single game better than the next game, and eventually be a staple on the right side of this Detroit Lions offensive line. And when he has a chance to go to the left side, if they decide not to go ahead and re-sign Taylor Decker down the future, I expect him to be a top 5 left tackle, top 5 right tackle in 3-4 years. That's what I expect. That's what I expect from Penei.
Here's my thing about that. Think about all the top tackles you think of in the league, right? Name me how many of those guys you could think of that are top tackles that are under the age of 24. Taylor Lewan ain't one. That's what I'm saying. My point isn't that Sewell is going to be bad. My point is I think we're underestimating how long it usually takes offensive linemen to develop. It takes a long time. Colton Miller, for example, for the Raiders, he just got good, and I think he was drafted in, 2017, 2018?
But you're calling him a bust.
I'm not calling him a bust. I said he was overdrafted.
You said, I'm going to do a hashtag Sewell a bust.
I changed that. I meant to say overdrafted. I wanted the Lions to trade back, if anything. Trade back. I think Sewell could have even still been there if he traded back, because the Broncos were probably still going to go with who they went. Same with the Panthers. Cowboys are unpredictable, but I probably.
How does a guy that was top three in the overall 2021 April draft being overdrafted when he went 7? How is that overdrafted? I don't understand that. It's because you don't like him, bro.
So let me ask you this.
That's
who
why
decided he was
like
top
him.
3? Well, let me ask you this.
Who
decided he was top 3? Because I heard people
I
tell
don't know.
me.
Everybody in the NFL? Like,
fans. I didn't hear any, but I heard a lot of. Okay, let me ask you this.
You didn't hear what?
Why did the Falcons, Dolphins, and the Bengals all pass on Sewell?
Why did the Falcons pass on Justin Fields? Because they're stupid.
Because they don't. I mean, they got Matt Ryan though.
So he's 30.
So at least that's understandable. They got Matt Ryan on a contract, so at least that's kind of understandable. And their team is in a position where they can even kind of compete.
Why do all these teams pass on Patrick Mahomes?
Because he was raw.
Why do all these teams pass on Aaron Donald?
Oh, they were stupid. But the thing was, Donald was an outlier, to be honest, in a kind of a way. Donald was not the greatest comparison, because Donald has really changed the way we evaluate defensive tackles, because people was like, oh, well, he's only 285 and no D tackles can't be 285 and he's only 6'1".
Why did Raiders pass on Megatron? Why did all the teams pass on Aaron Rodgers? Why did all these teams pass on Tom Brady? Why did all these team passes on T.J. Watt overtaking another linebacker and Jared Davis? Why did we pass on DK Metcalf over Jahlani Tavai? Why?
Because we're bad. We did that because we're bad. The Raiders did that because the Raiders suck at trapping, to be honest. I mean, 32 teams didn't pass on Rodgers. Hell, the Packers, speaking on Rodgers, the Packers didn't even really want Rodgers. The Packers only took Rodgers because he was the only quarterback he was the only player they had a first-round grade on, and they were just like, let's just take him. Even though most of the front office was like, we don't even really want this guy. So 32 teams almost did pass on Rodgers. Brady just has unbelievable work ethic. The Raiders passed on Megatron because the Raiders just horrible at drafting. I mean, for over a decade now. But my point is this. If you're a top 3 prospect, why did you fall as far as you did, right? Because I know they've been calling Lawrence a generational talent, which kind of disagree with.
I can tell you exactly why. Jaguars needed a quarterback. Jets needed a quarterback. San Francisco needed a quarterback. That is a big reason why. They said the tight end was one of the greatest tight ends to ever exist. Picked him up. That's how a person falls. A team needs a quarterback or a team needs a set position. Thus, another player falls.
I agree with that.
That's why many players fall.
I understand that.
You're saying that
my thing
it's too long for him. It's too long for him to. He's not going to be good. You're saying if he is going to be good, he's not going to be good until he's 25 years old. So you're saying that?
No,
we're going to be sitting here with mediocre.
I'm saying this.
You pretty much are though.
I'm saying this. We took him at number 7, right? And your expectations for him is to be a top 5 tackle. And I'm saying that could take a very long time. Not just 1 year, not 2 years, maybe not even 3 years. It could take 5 years. It could take 6 years. I think we're kind of understating. True. I think we're understating how long it takes for offensive tackle specific to develop. Because recently, in NFL history has shown this, it takes a very long time.
He did great year 1.
Because Taylor Decker's main goal, Taylor Decker's main selling point. Ragnow, these were finished. These were basically finished. Most of these guys were finished projects. Decker's his biggest strength was his technique coming out. Got long arms, technique. And while that is true, he hasn't progressed much more since that point. Ragnow was pretty much a great center prospect coming out. Now, his first year, he was not that good because the Lions played him at left guard because they didn't think he had the strength to deal with nose tackles. Second year, put him at center. He looked great, but you're comparing that's a center to a tackle. And even with Degger's situation, he is a guy that relied on technique. And even then, back then, the offensive line coach is different. I don't know how much confidence I have in this offensive line coach. He's the protege of our old offensive line coach. And he did some wonders with guys like Decker, Ragnow, Glasgow, our backup right tackle. I forget his name. The guy who might have been traded. He's done wonders with them. I don't know how much confidence I had in our current offensive line coach. I know what we're going to get with our old one. I don't know how much confidence I have in our new one. So I'm saying he plays a position that takes a very long time to develop, right? And our expectations are pretty high. True. But offensive line takes the longest to develop in probably all positions in the NFL. In probably all of them. Maybe corner. Maybe corner would be number 2. But out of all of them, offensive line has been the longest.
So what you're saying is that you're just expecting him not to be better. You just don't think he's going to get better.
I'm not saying I don't expect him to not be better. I'm saying where his current flaws are, it could take him a while. And I think people are overestimating. It's like, can he be somebody asked, can he be a Pro Bowl player next year? That's high expectations, a little too high expectations. I don't know quite about all that.
$10 super chat by Jimbo G. What do you think about us getting Golden Tate? He will make the wide receiver core better. What do you honestly think? Look, I'd love Golden Tate. I have no problem with Golden Tate. First off, thank you for that super chat. I love me some Tate. Does he want to come here? That's the question mark. I don't think he wants to come here. But if he said, yeah, I'll come here, well, I would take him over Brashad Perryman. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd take him over. What do you think, Mark?
Oh, man, I'd take him over Brashad Perryman in a second. If they could do something like that, swing that kind of deal, ship out Perryman, I don't even want him on the team, to tell you the truth, anymore. I'm done with that guy. If they can get themselves a Golden Tate, man, familiar with the city, familiar with the team. I know it'll be a little bit new system. Got new everything there, but that's the thing, like you said, Mike, I don't think he would want to come to a team that's building. He's looking to go to a team that's contending. I don't know if a lot of teams that are contending are looking for him, though. So I think he's in a little bit of trouble there. But if we can do a swap for him and Perryman, sign me up.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we love those swaps. What do you guys think in the chat? Y for yes and for no. Would you take Golden Tate over Brashad Perryman? Let me know in the comment section. I already said why. Why? Because Brashad can't. He's getting beat out right now by a 5-footer, 100 pounds guy right now. It seems like that's what's taking place right now at camp. And I'm not saying at all that the wide receiver is bad, but I'm saying that says a testament to Brashad Perryman himself. So let me know what you got. I think Tate will come here on the cheap. Interesting, Jimbo. Hey, if he could, that would be nice. But not seeing it right now. Justin Baldwin says, why? Abso-freaking-lutely. He says yes to that. Anyone else coming in here? We got yes by Jimbo G. Superman 3. Why by Passive Batch? Man, I feel like if there was an I in the middle, that'd be even a funnier name there. Perryman at season ticket practice dropped 3 passes. Individuals trash. Yeah, I seen him play firsthand, and he was dropping passes. I don't know if he's ever going to get good. I don't think this is fixable. I mean, you got to be able to just catch the football. I mean, that's your number one job. Catch a football. You see it, you come. You see a pigskin coming at you. It's brown, okay, and it's got laces on it, and then you put your hand on it, and you go through, and you catch it. Then you make a play. He says, no, Tate is old wash. Okay, Tokyo, I see you. No problem there. 9 Drink says, oh, yes. Brashad will help us secure the number 1 pick. It's fun.
He will.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. You want that number 1 pick, Tone? Good. There it is, man. Start Brashad Perryman.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope, John, I hope he gets good. I truly do. I know he's done decent last couple days in practice. Man, I wish, if he's going to be with us, I want him to do fantastic, and I hope he does fantastic. So hopefully he can translate onto the field for sure. Why? If we get him for the cheap, Tate will make our whole wide receiver group better and mentor our Amon and more. Okay, Dixie, Normus. I just said your name.
Easy. There you go, bud.
Dixie
there
Normus. God dang it, I love these names. You guys come up with some crazy stuff.
Wow.
Name of the day. Name of the day so far. I love it. Well, where? I'm sorry, I gotta find me some TA, man.
I'm giving her a D, man, a strong D.
That's the type of name there. Perryman outbeat Raymond for the number 2. That's what it's looking like right now, right? Perryman getting outbeat by Khalif Raymond, man. Absolutely. Folks, we've been on for nearly an hour and 15 minutes, and this is the time where we're going to go enjoy a preseason game, if you like preseason games, because we got the Eagles and the Patriots, and I kind of want to see what the new quarterback, well, somewhat new quarterback of Mac Jones versus Cam Newton does. So while we close this bad boy out, what do you got to say to the folks, Antonio Hightower?
It's great coming here with you guys. Love treating Ragnar. I'm at Sewell like my new Galladay, even though I hated Galladay. But yeah, can't wait. Talk some more Lions. I can't wait to see this preseason game and see how this offensive line improves.
Mark Oram from Orams Forum, what do you got to say to the folks when we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. OPP was great. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Tone. It was a blast. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Let's watch some football tonight. Devonta Smith, I think, is playing a little bit today. I'm not sure how many reps he's going to get. Yeah, Devonta Smith is supposed to be back for the Eagles. So let's see what he's all about. And go Lions, man. We'll see you next week.
I will see you guys on Saturday night, live streaming the game, Lions versus Steelers. Make sure you show up. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. See what this team does. See what players break out. See what players break down. We're going to see it all and be dropping videos right after the game and then on Sunday as well. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. If I don't see you later or whatever, enjoy the game. Just have a good time, as tomorrow is freaking Friday. And Fridays are always great. With that said, folks, have yourself a absolute fun weekend, and adios.